welcome back. Well, it's not really welcome back. This is probably going to be my first one. I'm gonna start a series, I think, and this is going to be part one. What I'm going to do is, this is sort of going to be a little bit of an explanation and then what I'm actually going to do. So this series is going to be like a review series, if you want to call it that. So I'm essentially, when I go to different bike meets, places I've already been and new places I'm going to, what I'm going to do is not rate them, sort of rate them, give a bit of a review on the mileage, the roads to get there, how it was and all that. So this is going to be part one, and this is going to be based on a bike night I went to on Monday. So this bike night is Cassington bike night. They only do it once a year, which makes sense because they shut the entire village of Cassington just for this bike night. So they close it completely. There is thousands and thousands of bikes there. Highly recommend going. Obviously it's already been and gone, so we'll have to wait until next year. But this was recommended to me from my mate Ben, who you've seen before, and he went last year, and it was swelteringly hot for him last year, but this year I reckon it turned out really well. We had weather of about 24 degrees, so it weren't cold, but it weren't melting hot. It was a decent temperature to go there, look around a load of bikes, get some food, ice cream and bits like that. So Cassington is out by Oxfordshire. Well, it's in Oxfordshire, but it's out by Oxford. I can't remember what's actually around it, but the roads to get out there weren't too bad. I mean, it's a lot of dual carriageway, mainly dual carriageway and like B road, A roads like this, single track. But it weren't too bad. There was a few twisty moments. The dual carriageway, like the M40 route that you can take, is probably the quickest route. There is probably a route you can take, like, to avoid all dual carriageway completely, and it will be roads like this, and it is just lovely to go down for a biker. But I think it took us, I want to say, probably about half an hour to 40 minutes to get there, which I don't think is too bad or it might, no, it was 50 minutes, sorry. 50 minutes isn't too bad for a bike night. Granted, yes, it was on a Monday evening, so yes, getting home was a little bit later, but I mean, they started at 4 and it went on till about 9, I think it is. So I think we got there for about 5:30, and then I got home for about 9 o'clock. So that's not too bad. The atmosphere was immense. You go into the village and there is like queues and queues of bikes. There is hundreds of people sat on driveways, on grass patches in the park, literally just on the main street of the village, watching all of these bikes come in. I mean, it is immense. There's a couple of places you can park if you got there early enough, or if you were in like sort of a club or something, you could have parked on that main strip and your bike was there as everyone come in and everyone can see it. I think there was another area where loads of bikes were put, but the main area was on like a back field, and they had loads of food vans back there, and bits like that. So we were put back there, and as soon as yes, the only downside to it is we had to park on a field. Fair enough, but for that many bikes, where are you going to find a big enough plot to house that many bikes? A field is the best place, because I mean, we don't take up a lot of room. So but yeah, come into the field, and the field was pretty much almost full already, and there was still loads and hundreds of bikes piling in behind us. So go in, you park on the field. There's a little bit of a donation thing towards the cause. You get a little elastic rubber band, which I think is nice. It's a nice thing for a village like that to do. So I think it was like a £5 or something, which you can't really complain about for the atmosphere that was there. So yeah, highly recommend it. I would definitely be going next year, and I think, yeah, that is definitely one of the places that I would say is the best out of all the bike nights I've been to so far this year. That is probably the best one I've been to. And I'll do a little like rating page at the end of this video, or at the beginning of the video, rating how good this was. So how many miles it is to get there, what was it too far, how long it took to get there, the weather, how good the roads were, and bits like that. So, but yeah, so what I'm going to do this as sort of like a series. So part 1, Cassington Bike Night. Why did that sound like my tyre just popped? Tyre pop would have been rather larger than that, but yeah, okay, that's that one. If anyone has any bike nights they'd like to recommend, or they would like me to review, then by all means please let me know, and I'm happy to come along, review the bike night, review the trip and bits like that. Yeah, please subscribe and keep an eye out for the next review. Maybe I'll do a review on one of Fusion's meets. That'd be quite funny.